Hogwarts Legacy'nin ikinci bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Slytherin'in ortak salonunda ilk günümüzü uyandık. Hadi bakalım bizi nasıl maceralar bekliyor. Ortak odanızı bulun. Tamamdır. Hadi bakalım. Filmlerden Gryffindor tarafını görmüştük ama Slytherin'i hiç görmemiştik. Tabi burada da filmlerdeki gibi aynı yaptılar mı Gryffindor'u bilmiyorum ama benzer yaptıklarını düşünüyorum. Hadi bakalım. Havalı ama ya, havalı yapmışlar bayağı. Evet, birileri tanışmamızın zamanı geldi. Evet, 3 kişiyle tanışmamızı istiyor. Imelda, Ominis ve Sebastian. Ha, şurada bir şeyler var. Hemen oradan biraz bir şeyler yiyelim. Evet, ilk tanışmamız gereken arkadaş burada. Sebastian, ha, tamam.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Ah, teşekkürler. Korkunçtu, heyecan vericiydi. Yani ikisi de aslında ama korkunçtu diyelim. Sonuçta birileri öldü. Tamam, Slytherin'liyiz ama sonuçta şey değiliz yani. Kalpsiz değiliz kardeşim.
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Ne okuyordun?
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
Teşekkürler Sebastiancığım. Şunu bir hemen çevirelim. Buralara hep böyle gidip bakmak istiyorum ama bir yandan şu görevleri de tamamlamak istiyorum. Hepsine vaktimiz olacak diye düşünüyorum. Oldukça uzun bir seri olacak bence bu. Bilmiyorum. Yani Hogwarts'ın her gezdiğim tarafını buraya bir video olarak atmalı mıyım? Orasını bilmiyorum. Atmak isterim. Bakacağız. Ya da sadece böyle görevlerimi atmalıyım falan. Artık bilmiyorum. Bakacağız duruma göre. Her neyse. Hemen gidelim. Diğer iki arkadaşımızla tanışalım. Aa, burada şey oynuyorsunuz. Neydi? Büyücü satrancı.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Tam bir Slytherin'sin değil mi? Tam doğru yerindesin sen, belli. Biz hallettik. Keşke biz hallettik diyeceğim ya.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Not the way I fly.
Hadi
Perhaps
bakalım.
One of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Are you a keen wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
O zaman elveda.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Şurada bir kişi daha var. Hemen onlarla tanışalım. Aa, burada akvaryum gibi bir şey var değil mi?
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Ha, bu arkadaş kör. O yüzden bizi duydu. Bakalım.
I'd much rather have arrived on time and without a dragon attack en route.
Aynen.
I'm sure. How horrible. I can only imagine. Well, it's good to have you in Slytherin. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
Aa, teşekkür ederim. Şunlara bakalım.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Ah, tamamdır. Hemen gidelim. Profesör Weasley'e katılalım. Var mı bu etrafta böyle bakınabileceğimiz bir şeyler? Şurada bir şey var. Okey. Güzelmiş.
She's always showing off about her pup and groom. What shy?
Gerçekten ihtişamlı bir yer. Hadi bakalım. Sanırım üst kata çıkacağız. Aynen. Merhaba. Pardon. Ah, Profesör Weasley merhaba.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. you would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Gidelim Profesör.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
Ha tamam. Bu aldığımız kitabın sayfaları her yere dağıldı. Hogwarts'la ilgili bilgiler içeren yerlere, ilgili yerlere dağıldı. Buradan da tekrardan geri toplayabiliyoruz. Böylelikle de Hogwarts'la ilgili şeyler öğreniyoruz. Tamam. Şekil değiştiren bir su ilbisi olan kelpiyi tasvir ediyormuş. Ha, şimdiye kadar bildirilen en büyük kelpi İskoçya'daki Loch Ness canavarıdır. Vay, okey. Okey, birinci seviyeyiz. Meydan okumalar. Şuradan. Ha tamam. Buradan topladıkça özel ödüller var. Anladım. Süper. Tamam.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Ha, çok havalı ya, süper.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Tamam. Hızlı seyahat noktaları. Anlaşıldı. Tamamdır. Merdiven bölgesini seçin. Büyük merdiven. Tamam. Şu an bulduğumuz nokta orada. Tamam. Kütüphane ek bölgesi seçtim. Okey. Profesör Weasley bizim için şurayı açtı ve oraya gideceğiz galiba, değil mi? Tamam, hadi gidelim bakalım.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Bir nevi cisimlenme gibi bir şey diyelim.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Nothing better than a few pints of butterbeer and a pile of...
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes
süper,
today.
tamam.
And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Aa, çok iyi. Yani bunları biliyorum ama yine de soracağım.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Yani Profesör Fig'e söz verdik, o yüzden sözümden dönmeyeceğim. Bir şey anlatmayacağım şimdilik.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Süper Profesör. Şimdi Fig'le konuşacağız. Hadi bakalım.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Aynen öyle.
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Ha, tamam. Şu sarı renkli olan işaretler ana görevler. Anladığım kadarıyla. Bazı görevler büyü ya da seviyeye göre kilit altında olabiliyor. Devam etmek için bir görevi izleyin. Tamam. Karanlık sanatlara karşı savunma.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ha, güzel. Yerimiz orada.
Revelio.
Şöyle bir Revelio çakalım. Şu an şurada bir görev gibi bir şey çıktı. Ah. Bir dakika. Ha. Şu sayfa ne? Ondan mı çıkıyor ses? Yoksa burada bir sayfa mı var? Ha, şurada. Tamam. Bunları okumayacağım. Sizler durdurup istiyorsanız okuyabilirsiniz. Şunu bir aradan çıkartalım mı ya? Neymiş bu?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Hogwarts'ta ilk günümüz ama şimdiden insanlara yardımcı olmaya başladık. Şimdi avlamıştık ki Lumos. Ha. Tamam.
I should look around in case it's nearby.
Resimde tasvir edilen yeri bulunuyor. Tamam, bulalım. Şöyle bir iyice kazıyalım. Yani bu oyunun başında denk geldiğimiz bir görev olduğu için çok uzakta olmayacağını düşünüyorum. Ha, gerçi şurada bir işaret var ama şuraya bakalım. Ha, zaten burayı yuvarlak altına almış.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
Şurada bir şey var.
Revelio.
Ha, bu iksiri sanki kullanmıştı bizimkiler ya. Yani filmlerde sanki vardı bu ama yanılıyor olabilirim ya. Ha, level atladık, süper. Şimdi orası aha da buydu değil mi? Sen misin?
Lumos.
Aynen öyle.
Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Hah, küçük bir güve. Hadi bakalım, gel bakalım güve. Çözdük abi, anında çözdük ya.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Hah. Neredesin? Yukarıdasın. Gel bakalım.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
Biraz şaşırdı, biraz sinirlendi. Söylemiyorum. Yok söyleyelim.
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Meat, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Tamam, bunu da hallettik. Şimdi görevimize gidelim. Şu anda hiçbir şey izlemiyorsunuz. Dur bakalım. Tamam, görevi seçtik. Hadi bakalım gidelim.
Revelio.
Hah, şurada var bir tane. Şu atmosfer çok iyi değil mi ya? Görüntü. Bilmiyorum, bana bayağı güzel gözüküyor. Şunu alalım aradan. Ejder Çeşmesi. Ha, şurada bir şey var. Şundan açalım. Tamam. Ve devam edelim. Peeves. Oh. Vallahi bu işi yapıyorsun. Bu işi yapıyorsun sen.
Revelio.
Bir yerde var ama. Şuradan bir yerden değişik bir ses geliyor. Çözemedim sesin geldiği yeri. Böyle bir fısıltı sesi yok mu burada tam ya?
Revelio.
Vallahi çözemedim. Neyse. Devam edelim. Ha, şunlar mı ötüyor acaba ya? Aa, evet, ses onlardan geliyor. Tamam. Pekala. Karanlık sanatlara karşı savunma dersi. İlk dersimize giriyoruz. Hadi bakalım.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Evet, yeni bir öğreneceğiz. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso demiş ama burada herhalde aynı büyüdür. Yani o da, ikisi de sonuçta bir levitasyon, bir kaldırma büyüsüydü. Herhalde aynısıdır. Şimdi hadi bakalım onu öğrenelim. Aha da öğrendim.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast.
Basic cast, tamam. Normal büyümüzü atıyoruz. Evet.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember,
tamam.
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Hadi bakalım.
Levioso. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now,
hadi bakalım.
I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy. Levioso, Protego can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Hadi bakalım.
Levioso. Protego. Cases. Levioso.
All my students for this step.
Aa, geçti. İşte bu kadar.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Peki.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat.
Puan
Glad to
kazandırdık,
have the
süper.
opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Ha, hiç fena değil, hiç fena değil.
That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Aa, merhaba.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Aynen, ben de öyle sanıyordum.
Revelio.
Şurada mı? Şurada biri var. Onunla konuşalım. Ha, pardon.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around. Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Sen adamsın be. Sen adamsın. Heh, Sebastian'la konuşacağız şimdi. Tamam.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Vallahi ilk düellomda, hatta bu elimdeki asa ikinci el bir asa. Ne yapalım? Evet, ilk düellomda diyelim.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Ben bu işe varım.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
Bunu kesinlikle değerlendireceğim. Şuraya bakmak istiyorum. Meydan okumalar menüsünde toplanmamış hediyeleriniz var dedi ama bir gözlük, eldiven, bu 4 tane daha sayfa toplamam lazım. Tamam. Görevlerde de varmış. Bir tane daha eldiven. Evet. Güzel. Yan görevler de bir şeyler veriyor. Tamam, süper. Tılsımlar sınıfına git. Gidelim bakalım. Dur, sen de konuşmadık galiba.
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Teşekkür ederim. Bu nerede ya? Yukarıda. Buradan aşağıdan gidiyoruz ama. Peki. Şuradan çıkacağız. Tamam. Bunların hepsini döndüreceğim anasını satayım gördükçe.
Revelio.
I fell asleep in Transfiguration. Professor Weasley woke me up and I had jewel all over my wand. Couldn't transfigure my way out of that.
Lumos.
Hadi ben de size ışık tutayım. Tamam. Şu vardı.
Revelio. Revelio.
Vallahi arada bu Revelio'yla bir şeyler bulmaya çalışacağız artık. Yani ses geliyor ama vallahi kendisini göremiyorum. Herhalde uzakta. Hadi bakalım, yeni görev.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Kimse çalışmamış.
It seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Ha, akıyor, tamam.
Akio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
O dışarı dersi. Dışarı dersini çok severim. Hadi bakalım.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
Pekala. Gördüğüm kadarıyla işte puanlar var. 50 puanda durdurmaya çalışacağız.
That's it.
Hadi gitme. Ha, tamam. Bence tamam bu iş. Tamam, diğerini çekeceğiz. Şurada falan bıraksam. Tamam, sarının üzerinde bıraksam bu iş tamam gibi gözüküyor.
Very good.
Aynen öyle. 10 numara 5 yıldız.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Güzel, güzel. Ama ben de o kadar iyiyim. Bence bu kadar erken sevinme. Hah, tamam. Güzel. İzliyorum. Benimkini aşağı etmeyeceksin inşallah. Hah. Tamam. Şunu çekelim. Tamamdır. Hadi bakalım.
Brilliant.
Aha. Ah be, bir an sandım kendininkini itirecek. Şimdi ben seninkini itirebilirim aslında ama öyle yapmayacağım ya. Centilmenim. Centilmenlik yapacağım. Pislik yapmayacağım. Şöyle çekeceğim. Ne olacak hadi bakalım.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Oo. Ortalık karıştı.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Aa, süper. Tamam. Şu en sağdakini halledeceğim. Şimdi. Ay, oldu mu? Düşmüyor. Biraz geç bıraktım ama tamamdır.
Excellent control there.
Tamam. Tamam. Diğer ikisini de halletmem lazım. Şimdi şunu biraz çapraz çekmek istiyorum. Ne zaman? Şimdi. Ucu ucuna. Ucu ucuna.
Well done.
Hadi bunu düşür. Ah be. Tamam, güzel.
There we go.
Yani evet, yani bir 50 puan ya da 30 puan bile alsam şu an geçiyorum. Şimdi. Bu iş bitti. Bu iş bitti. Bu iş bitti. Bakmıyorum bile, arkama dönüp gidiyorum. Bu iş bitti çünkü. Tabii ki de be. Güzel maçtı. Güzel maçtı.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Wow. Peki. Orasıyla ilgili biraz bilgi alalım hadi.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Asasız büyü. Bu inanılmaz. Gerçekten öyle.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
Evet arkadaşlar, bu bölümü de burada sonlandırıyoruz. Güzel 2 tane derse girdik, bayağı bir şey öğrendik. Bir dahaki bölümde kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz. Kendinize iyi bakın, görüşmek üzere, hoşça kalın.